Hello, and welcome to another fantastic episode of me attempting to make origami okayly, because that is me very confident in my craft of making origami things okayly. And two of the main origami figures I've learned how to do is the crane and the theropod dinosaur. And I found that the first few steps of making a crane and a theropod dinosaur are actually very similar to one another, which is why I have the two sheets of paper out now. So if you learn how to do one, you at least know a few of the starting steps to make the other. And the way that that happens is you fold the fancy paper in a way where you make the little diamond, then you make a kite, then you make the longer diamond, and then it kind of diverts from there. But as you can see here, we're starting out with the beginning steps of making either the crane or the dinosaur. Have I remembered which one I have done? No, I have not, because it's been a while since I've seen this video. But, we're learning something new today, everybody. And that's great that you're learning new things while trying to fold things. I'm sure everyone's just like, well, can you just let me fold the paper? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be talking you through this about folding the little origami squares. Look, and if you want to make the best kind of origami square and you have fancy paper, when you fold diagonally, you have the fancy paper looking at itself and smack it in the face. And then when you do the non diagonal ones, perpendicular, probably no, parallel, one of the two, you figure out how to do it by watching these videos. That's how you do it. But you have the non fancy paper folding in half the opposite folds of the regular one. It's great. It's great. I'm telling you, it's great. Look how fantastic this is. I am just going so fast with my folding techniques. I've just learned so much. I've made at least 50 cranes and at least 2 or 3 theropod dinosaurs, but my goodness, if you don't look at the folds very closely, then these are pretty good folds. And your folds will be good too, because I believe in your skills and you will be able to do this at a fantastic rate, fantastically. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, cool. Now we are going on to the kite. We're working on the kite. You gotta, at least I call it a kite shape. You gotta make the kites with both folds after making the fancy diamond or square, whichever is preferable to you. I'm sure that a lot of individuals have a certain name for the shape, but I call it a diamond because it's turned on its side when you do the next step. But to each their own, and that's okay. You are valid in your feelings. Just please don't comment too harshly on your feelings if I have said something wrong, because I am very sensitive and I do not like it when people are mean to me. So please do not be mean. Just be nice to everybody. Do you know who wasn't nice to everybody? Theropod dinosaurs. That's right. Theropod dinosaurs infiltrated the real human world, and we said that's not nice, and they were like, oh, we're sorry, and then they left. We could have had dinosaurs, but they were mean. Or was it the other way around? The humans were just mean to the dinosaurs. Actually, dinosaurs live amongst us today as reptiles. Just kidding, they're birds. I lied there for a second because I just was testing you on your knowledge of dinosaurs. Yes, they evolved to be more like birds because they used to have feathers, and they were thought to be warm-blooded, maybe because of footprints that were fossilized, that scientists were like, oh, this is during the cold and they have bigger footprints, so they are probably warm-blooded. So that's good. Where was I going with this? I had a point. But, oh, we are back to the diamonds, and usually once you get to the diamond point is when the two start to diverge from one another. But once you know how to do the steps to get to the long diamond, or once you know those steps, you can at least kind of go either one way or another depending on your preference on everything. And that's just really nice when you have the right preference and you're able to figure it out. Don't be wishy-washy with the origami, or else it'll show in the folds, and people will know. They'll know that you are being indecisive with these folds, and they'll be like, I don't like this origami crane, it's indecisive. And it's like, no, please accept this origami crane as a token of my gratitude for you being nice to me. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, once you get to the long portions, if you want to do the origami crane, you do some more folding in on the legs, and if you want to do the theropod dinosaur, you have to get the head. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure that there are other individuals out there that are able to describe it, but unfortunately I am not one of those individuals who are able to describe this that well. But I'm here to give you commentary and to boost you up and say, you can do it. Just fold it to the side and in, create the Anubis face for the crane, fold those wings up, and you get a fence and fold the face down. You get an origami crane, and then you gotta make the theropod dinosaur head. Gotta make it nice and long. Then you gotta worry about the legs because you gotta fold them down. Then you gotta fold them in. Then you gotta fold them out to make the feet. And I usually struggle with the feet because usually they fall face first. But once you get the proportions right, you'll be able to have them stand up on their own. And then mine do the splits for some reason. I'm sure there's a proper way to fold it to not have them do the splits, but some people will maybe use them as a bookmark or they will put them in a way where it doesn't really matter which way they are. I made these for a lot of individuals, and some have said they put them in nice fancy bowls, and some have hung them up in fancy displays. And isn't that just so nice when you get displays of gratitude in the form of origami? It is a very fancy art of fanciness, and I enjoy the fanciness of it all. I make myself feel very important by folding these origami cranes because only maybe one or two of my friends know how to do it. They know how to do it better, but I still know how to do it, and knowing is half the battle. The full battle, well, I think that everyone knows how to do the full battle, but I'm not going to reveal my secrets just yet. I'm just going to reveal my secrets on folding these origami theropod dinosaurs and cranes. And I say theropod dinosaurs because I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to say, well, this shouldn't be, well, dinosaurs are a group of species and didn't all just look like one thing. And so I think you're wrong, and I'm upset about it. So I just say theropod dinosaurs, even though I'm sure there's someone out there who are probably upset and saying, well, it can't be a Spinosaurus and they're a theropod dinosaur. And I'm just thinking, well, I talked about this in my last video. It doesn't have the spine. But you can add the spine. You're perfectly within your ability to add a spine. Just get some fancy paper, make a cylinder, and it's great. Oh, speaking of greatness, look how great this origami dinosaur is turning out because I think I did a pretty good job. And I was trying to figure out a way to best film this, and I filmed it through a glass table, and so I had to sit on my knees, and that really hurt. And I'm just thinking, how are people able to do this for long periods of time? I'm sure they have a lot of practice, but that's good for them because they're able to do that. I am not, unfortunately, and so my hands might seem kind of shaky when I do it, but that's fine. What is also fine is this handiwork with the dinosaurs. Isn't that such a beautiful dinosaur right there? With the red, yeah, that looks, or red and green, yes. And off to the side, the adorable crane has been done, and so now it's time to focus on the theropod dinosaur. I might call it a T-Rex. I might call it a Velociraptor. It might be a Therizinosaurus with tiny claws, but it's fine. Look how adorable these two are. Oh, are they gonna fight? No. Oh, they fought. Oh well.